Hello everyone and welcome. Yes, my name is Arafire and welcome back to another episode of my Top 5. So firstly, I hope you had a good Christmas or whatever it is you are celebrating and you got some good Transformer goodies. But don't worry if you did not, because there's some stuff coming out in 2024, which is what I want to talk about today. I want to do my Top 5 anticipated pickups for 2024. Now, this is going to be based on what is scheduled to come out in 2024. Whether it does or not is a different story. There's enough delays going on, particularly with the start of the year, or really earlier part of the year being Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year. You do get this kind of lull in at least third-party productions, generally speaking. So this could be a bit of a fluctuating list depending on what comes out, but this is what is scheduled for 2024, and let me go through that with you.
Top 5.
Number 5, Fans Toys Inquisitor. So now, okay, this will probably happen sooner or later because we're starting to get early news of shipments. So I'm hoping that this will come out not too distant future, and of course I'll do a review on this channel when I get my copy. But this is one that I really wanted from the word go. When I saw the images being released at TFCon, I've already got Sovereign, I've already got Quietus. This is going to be a fantastic addition to the set. Really is the trifecta completed. The only question is going to be as to whether people are going to get 3 and have an army of sweeps, or just the 1. It's not going to be the most cheap Fans Toys figure around there, but I think it looks fantastic, and I'm expecting the paint to look just as good, particularly in some of the images I've seen of it already. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Number 4, Planet X Proteus. So this is their IDW style sludge. I really want this figure, and I probably am a sucker for sludge. Sludge has become my favourite Dinobot over the years. So I saw this, I had to get it. But I am concerned around some of the images that I've seen of it. Now, I have started to see some transformations of it, so this is quite far in production. Again, this won't be too long. I'm expecting this before Chinese New Year. But I wonder, looking at it, and I felt when I saw the CAD drawings, did it look a bit stumpy? Did it look a bit squashed? And I think this could be something with this figure. Is it a case of the neck's too small? Is it a case the tail could be too short and the legs could just look very condensed? And I think where I want Sludge to have a long neck, and this does have a long neck, but I want it to be a long-reaching figure, that this might look just a little bit condensed, a bit too squashed for my liking. But I do really like the bot mode. The head sculpt I think is a little bit derpy, a bit silly, but it's playing into the IDW dumb Brontosaurus style. And I've got Planet X Cacus, I've got their Grimlock. It's a really good stylized version, but a version that I do quite like as well. And yeah, I could be in for another Dinobot Masterpiece set. That's not cheap. That's not a cheap set, even if it is going to be over a period of time. But yeah, I kind of felt I had to go in for it. This is going to be another big boy in my collection. Number 3, Tidal Wave. Yeah, I'm going to cheat on this one a bit because I'm actually going to put in 2 of them. I'm going to put in the Fans Hobby Tidal Wave, which I still think is scheduled for late Q4 2024, very late. But also we've got the Titan class from Hasbro, so I'm in for both of these. It's always the way, isn't it? When you want one Tidal Wave, 2 come along at once. I've got to get my hands on a Tidal Wave. He's a very beloved character by a lot of us. I'm no exception to that. I really do like the character. And I love Fans Hobby's work. I love the big hulking bots, the quality that you get. So when I saw that they were doing it, I thought, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to get that. But seeing the Titan class from Hasbro, I was equally as impressed. And honestly, I'll keep one in bot mode and I'll keep one in battleship mode because I think it looks just as good. I don't particularly have an interest to combine them with Meg Tyranno from Fans Hobby. I don't need to. I'll probably do it just to see what it's like. But that's not what I want. I want the towering figure. I want the presence. And it's not often you can say that in a latter series outside of G1, that a towering figure comes across so empowering. Tidal Wave is just as much a fan favourite as a Metroplex, as an Omega Supreme, as a Trypticon, as anyone else. We've been crying out for it for so long. Now we're getting 2. So this is going to be a great year for Tidal Wave fans. I cannot wait to recreate that iconic scene from the Transformers video game. Number 2, Takara Masterpiece Rhinox. Big Beast Wars fan, and I've said time and time again, I'll say it again, I do think the Beast Wars Masterpiece figures are the best Masterpiece figures on the market. This looks no exception. I do think he's going to have a big backpack on him. I do think it's going to be very panelly. I do think he's going to be quite a sort of mess in that regard. But it's one that I'm just really in for. I love how he looks. I love the size of him. They've kept the scale true. So I'm really looking forward to how this is going to come out. I do think he's very expensive. I think the Beast Wars figures have become, Takara Masterpiece figures have become very expensive to the point that you want to look for knockoff versions. And I don't blame that. It made me look at the Toy Mage Megatron, Beast Wars Megatron, because the price difference was so great. So I'm not at all surprised when I've seen people commenting on the figure saying this looks fantastic. But at £170 at retail, that's what we're led to believe, that's a lot of money. That is a big sum of money. I'm kind of committed because I'm such a big Beast Wars fan and I've got to get kind of the season 1 cast completed. Seeing this and how good it looks is great, but I can understand why people want the knockoff versions. It's a lot of money, but one I'm really looking forward to nevertheless. And number 1, Fans Toys Aerial Bots. I'm not sure if they happen in 2024. I'm also not sure which one's going to come first. I think Fireflight is listed first. Is that Viper? I just want to see where this goes. I want to see some movement on it. The pictures, they're saying maybe summer 24, but they're just saying 2024. I've still got my pre-orders up. I'm still in to see the Fans Toy set done. They've shown the skeletal frame. They've shown combined images. So they're happy with it, but they're not putting a date on it. It's an awkward one. It's going to be a case of, will we actually see this set done? I just want to see, for my own mind, how this is going to work. If we get one aerial bot that's an arm bot, I've said, and I'll happily be corrected if I'm wrong, that I think the 2 arm bots will be lighter die-cast to plastic ratio to take the weight. I'm expecting these to be lighter. If it's the same weight as Goose and Iceman, that's a fair bit of die-cast there, then I'm almost cautious. But I want to see how the set progresses. So whichever one comes next, I can't imagine it's going to be Slingshot because that's with the skeletal frame. I would imagine that Slingshot will be the last one, and then you can combine it into Etherion. Again, reviews will happen on this channel. I've still got to try and get Skydive out to at least get it up to date, so I've got to do that sooner rather than later. But that is something that now we've seen some images going along, how the set is progressing. That's one I want to see through to its completion and say, before I even want to look at a Fans Toys Devastator, before I want to look at any other Fans Toys combiners, let's see how you do with this Superior. I might not keep him in combined form, I've said that before, but I am keen to see how they look. The individual jets, the individual robots are very, very good. So I'm very keen to see how the next release goes. Only couple of honourable mentions at the end is I want to see the MMC Protectobot set. It should be close to getting Hotspot coming out. I've got a pre-order up for that. With Blades at least being worked on, we haven't seen anything of Groove yet, I don't believe. But I'm intrigued to see how that's going to look when that's all done. And also TFC Toys with their Abominus. We're still waiting on the Torso Bot and have been for some time. So I don't know if that's 2024. It's no scheduled date, no released images. So hey, TFC. I've got 4 of them. Are you going to leave me here? Are you going to leave me hanging? Please don't leave me hanging. But there we go. That is my top 5 anticipated releases so far for 2024. What about you guys? Leave your note in the comments below for who you are most looking forward to getting your hands on for 2024. What releases are you really looking forward to the most? Is there something that you haven't heard is being definitively released, but something you would like to see? Do leave a note in the comments below. But thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you on the next one.